Welcome back, everyone. It's time to play a little bit of Seven Nights today. Last time I think we talked about the Guild Wars scenario, so I just kind of wanted to give you an update to show you what the results are. So it looks like in Guild War we actually ended up winning, so we got a Guild War victory chest. So right now we're currently 1-0, and we're now on season 4 of Guild War. Guild War just started, a few months ago, so we haven't had a whole lot of seasons. Usually they have a preseason, and then they have a regular season afterwards. So we ended up having 45 coins. The other team didn't have as much, so now you see who our next opponent's going to be, but we'll probably look into that tomorrow because right now we're just in the setup phase. So since I didn't get to show you last time, I'll let you know what you can do. You tap on manage and see now this is where you could, switch your team around. And as you can tell on the bottom right, Black Rose is banned, so I would not be able to use her. So what I ended up doing is I think I put in this guy instead. He's someone that I've been trying out lately in Arena, and he seems to be doing pretty well. As a matter of fact, that's going to be the purpose of this video, is to do some arena fights so you can see some actual verses. So we're going to go into arena. I'm going to go to ready. Oh, and just so you know, I'm currently platinum rank. So to kind of give you an idea of what that means, let's take a look at the rewards. So it starts off at bronze, start from the bottom, and then silver, and then gold, and then platinum, which is where I'm at right now. The bottom tier is anyone at plus 2,000. Mid tier is anyone that's plus 2,100, and then top tier is anyone plus 2,200. And then once you reach 2,400, you'll reach the next ranking. So right now, we're somewhere between 2K and 22. I'm not exactly sure what number I am, but we'll see shortly. Okay, so right now I'm at 2222, so I believe I'm in the top tier of platinum. I'm actually trying to get to the next tier with this team that I have. Currently on this season, and each season is like about a week long. Um, I'm currently 23 wins, 13 losses, so I got a 63% win rate. I did recently change my team, and I have been winning a lot more lately. I started off with quite a few losses, but I'm actually starting to do better now. So we're going to see how I do today. All right, so right now my team is currently Zhu Liang. I use him because he reduces the physical damage received by all allies by 40% for 6 turns. He also becomes immune to all debuffs that cause reductions. I mainly use him for the protection against physical attacks because Gipperang is one of the best in Arena and everybody's using him, or a lot of people are using him. Also, a lot of people use Seven Knights, and most of them also deal physical damage, so he's good against them. Um, he'll usually be the first person to die in my team, but the whole point of it is so everybody else can survive longer so that we can, at the end of the day, win the game. Another person I use is Black Rose. Absolutely one of my favorites. Basically, she has the ability to bleed the target and reduce their buff duration. So people that are running Chris and Gipperang, even though they're immune for 3 turns, she'll knock it off for 2 turns so that they'll only have one more turn left to be alive and then they'll just die. So she's good with that. And then being able to bleed other people that have immunity is also important. A Seven Knight called Dellins. He's the only Seven Knight that I use because he's the only one that I have at level 40. So he's the only one that I have maxed right now. And basically, he's going to be a beater. His single attack target basically does. Sorry, let me go back here. Yeah, 110% physical damage on one enemy 3 times. So each hit is hitting him 3 times. And I believe he hits him 5 times with this ability. Uh, he pierces, so it gets through damage immunity, and he ignores their defense, which is huge. Um, he basically gets around people who have high defense, so it just kind of he takes all the damage. That's what he does. He makes them just take all that damage, and he also has the ability to silence uh, targets as well, dealing 100% physical damage. His passive is decent. He's immune 4 times, which applies to piercing and ignoring, damage, things like that. He increases the damage of all allies by 50%, which is really good. He also decreases skill cooldown by 7 seconds with each basic attack, which is really good. That means that when you've done one of your active skills, your cooldown starts. Well, with his ability, he lowers that cooldown by 7 seconds, so you can actually cast another active skill faster. This effect also applies to counterattacks and speed attacks, so that's going to be really good. I'm also using Neza, another one of my favorites as well. Basically, she's going to be reflecting a lot of damage. She's going to be taking less damage, and she's going to be surviving longer. She's also going to be doing some piercing, so we're going to get around some immunities, and we're going to try to mess up their formation here and there and stun the targets. And then the last person that we're going to talk about in my team is Yu Shen, who I mainly use to up their cooldown with this ability. It hits all 5 enemies, inflicts damage equal to 20% of the enemy's max HP, and increases their skill cooldown by 30 seconds. So it's going to be longer for them to cast their active ability, so I can take advantage of them. That's the main reason I use him. And he also can do piercing damage with his other active skill. So let's see how my team does. Right now I'm using the basic formation. As far as what the best formation to use is, I actually don't know quite yet. I believe it depends on the team you're using. I'm only using this team because it's the first, or this formation because it's the first one I've got to max, which is level 40. My other 3 are level 30, so I'm working on them. It just costs a lot of gold, and I just don't have enough to push them right now. Plus, I'm trying to push up Gipperang because I'm eventually going to take out Yu Shin for Gipperang once he's level 40, but I think right now he's only level 38. So we'll get him there soon. Alright, so let's see what happens. We'll move this up a little so you can actually see the fight. We're up against Nicole KK. She's good. She does piercing damage, and her other ability gets rid of buffs, which is really good against Gipperang and Chris when they're in the auto dead mode. They've already killed Yu Shen, which typically happens, but even though he's dead, I believe his passive ability still stands. And speaking of Gipperang, there he is. Hey, my people. There goes Neza. Alright, now that's Wukong. He's one of the 4 lords. Whenever he dies, with every empty slot that he has left of enemies that are dead, he makes a copy of himself that has slightly less stats. He's pretty decent. I have a love-hate relationship with him. He has been really good and he has been really bad at times. It looks like I'm going to be losing this fight, though. Maybe. Okay, so this lightning strike is going to cause them to not be able to use their skills for a while. So they're just going to be doing basic attacks. What I'm hoping right now is that even though I'm paralyzed, I'm hoping that Gipperang's invincibility will wear off so he'll just die. And then when I wake up again, I can be able to finish off Wukong. Oh, there we go. So we should be able to kill Wukong. And we did. Now we just gotta hope that Gipperang dies before I do. See, that physical defense buff is the only reason that I have not died. And somehow we actually won. Oh, Facebook. You're getting a lot of interesting distractions today. We got a text message and a Facebook notification. But I don't turn those off just because I'd forget to turn them on and then I'd miss something important. So we're going to do a total of 5 fights. That was the first one. We did pretty good, so we're at 2240. So let's see what happens in the next fight. We're going to go to quick start just to get a quick random battle. Lady K. Well, let's do this, my lady. See, Neza reflected some of that damage back at Chris. That's part of why she's there. And the front line, too. And there's Ace. That's another 4 lord. He's kind of a pain. Not gonna lie. Alright, Yu Shen's gonna do some piercing damage. And That's Valikia who just did that. I'm actually going to be using her in a future list. The only reason she's actually good is because she reduces magic damage, which is strong, and she can burn enemies with one of her actives. Nezza just stunned a couple of people. Well, actually, just one person, which is fine. Unfortunately, we just killed him, so now he's no longer stunned. So now we're dealing with two people that are currently immune. You know, they died, so now they're basically invincible until 3 turns when they die. And right now, unfortunately, I'm electrified. I'm sorry. Black Rose is electrified, so she's not going to be able to get rid of their buff duration. So right now, I'm just trying to survive. They have an Eileen, who's another 7 Knight that's still alive, but I'm not really scared of her. I mean, she is the reason that we're electrified, but yeah. See, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, we might lose this. Yeah, that might be it right here. But yeah, like I said, Chris and Gipperang, those are going to be in a lot of your top teams, and that's really a rough matchup, even with my strats. Next fight, number 3. We're fighting Odinice. Alright, doing a little bit of piercing damage. This guy's running a lot of 7 Knights and 4 Lord, it looks like. I see Lubu, who's a 4 Lord. Spike, who did that ice stuff, he's a 7 Knight. Of course, there's a Chris, who's a 7 Knight. I think I saw Eileen, who's also a 7 Knight. He's just using all the rare people right now. I'm not sure who's that on the back. I think that's Speedon that's in their back row. Who's decent. Matter of fact, one of my guildmates asked me last night if he was good. Yeah, that's Speedon. He's not bad. He's not one of my favorites, but he's not bad at all. He's just basically a beater for the most part. Oh, we killed his beater. Now let's get rid of those 7 Knights and 4 Lords. Goodbye, Spike. Okay, I thought I was going to reflect enough damage to kill him, but I didn't. That's right. Every time one of my people die, their Chris gives health to their entire team. So that's why they're still staying alive despite everything. Okay, now we're going to kill Spike. They actually just recently redid some of Spike's abilities, so he's a little bit better now. That one on the horse, that's Lubu. Alright, so right now my Domes is going to try to silence them. Actually, Chris is already silenced. Actually, Lubu died, which is good. Oh, and Eileen's silenced, so they're not going to be using any active skills for a while, so hopefully I can use that to my advantage and not die. Okay, well, apparently not, because now they're back to doing their actives and we're all death sentence. So right now it's just a matter of surviving. Alright, Eileen's going to die here. So right now, there we go, we got it. We were able to outlast Chris's immunity, and we won. Alright, onwards to the next fight. I think we're in fight 4 right now. Against Avaklin? Sure. Alright, so there is a Gipperang. That's going to be annoying. I think I did see another Chris, which I couldn't expect those two in a team. I also see another person that has, whenever you die, you basically are alive with invincibility for a while. I forgot his name already, but he was the first one to come out with that ability. But he didn't see a lot of play. I guess people underestimated that ability, so you don't see a whole lot of him. But I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, this guy right here who's beating the crap out of he's trying to beat the crap out of one of my guys. He was the very first person that had the ability to auto-revive with invincibility and increase damage and counter rates. There goes Chris with his death stuff. It's really annoying. When they're purple, they basically have death sentence, which means they'll die in a couple of turns, or if someone casts another death type ability on them, she'll just auto die. There we go. That move right there, that's what usually gets rid of the buff duration of their invincibility. So right now I've lowered one of them by 2 turns, so they should die in a turn. Alright, now we got 2 people who just auto-revived. So now we're facing 3 people that are invincible. And I might lose, because I have no way of getting rid of that buff duration, because we already used that active skill. It's just a matter of staying alive at this point. None of my skills are going to do anything at this point. Alright, the first one's died, and that was only because I'd already lowered his duration with Black Rose. Now the good thing about us doing basic attacks is most of my people have a life skill ability on one of their gems. So I'm basically just trying to gain health, which is a good way to stall for time. Now the next active skill I should be able to cast will kill them both. If it gets to it, it's going to lower their buff duration again and cause bleeding, which bleeding doesn't matter at this point. But here we go. This should kill them both. Boom. See what happened? Their invincibility is gone and they're dead. Because remember, it only happens for 3 turns. She lowers it by 2 turns. At least 1 turn had already passed. That's why she was able to kill them. So we're doing pretty well. We're actually winning more than we're losing, so that's a good thing. I think we have 1 fight left, so let's do it again. We're playing Gokagawa. I've learned how to pronounce random names better because I watch a lot of anime. And, a lot of their names at first are difficult for me to pronounce or even read or understand. But because of that training, we'll call it, I can actually pronounce some of these names a little better. I actually just finished watching Food Wars on Crunchyroll. A really good anime series. I think I just finished it, if I'm not mistaken. Really nice. It's kind of one of those like cooking animes that's kind of over the top, but I like it. It's kind of cool. And yes, I'm a huge anime fan. I used to go to anime conventions back in the day. We killed their Ming Ming without even having to do anything. Good job, Neza. Let's see, there's another Gipperang, as we would expect. I don't see Chris, though. A pleasant surprise, though. Oh, I also just finished watching the 5th episode of Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood. That was pretty good. I'm actually looking forward to that game coming out. I don't have a PS4 yet. I want to get one. I'll probably have one maybe next year or the year after, depending on how my finances are. And then when I get that, I'm going to get Final Fantasy 15. I'll get a PS4 with Final Fantasy 15. And then I'm going to buy my girlfriend No Man's Sky, because she's really into that game. Alright, their Lubu's trying to stabilize, but I think we're going to win this. Okay, we're going to lose at least 1 of our people. Oh, we lost 3 of our people. That's not good. Alright, Black Rose, it's just you and... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yushin's still alive. Oh, good. He's just stunned in the background. Right now, I'm just trying to survive. There's no killing him at this point. I just have to wait for his immunity to go away. But a few turns have passed, so I might be okay. Maybe. And there he goes. He's dead. And this is pretty much how you beat teams with Chris and Gipperang. Use anyone that can lower physical damage. Yushin is really good at doing that. If you have Rudy at level 40, that's good too. Rudy's one of the 7 knights. But my Rudy's only level 32 or 34. I'm not sure. He's pretty low. So, but yeah, I believe that was 5 fights. Yes, it was. So let's go to Arena and see what my percentage is now. So now I have a 65% win rate. I've won 27, lost 14, and my current winning streak is 3. So with me being at 2278 platinum, that means that I've still got a little over 100 to get to the next ranking. So Well, what I'll probably do is I might post more videos of me doing arena so you can see my climb up in the ranks. I might make adjustments here and there when needed because I do plan on running Gipperang eventually. But I have to figure out what I'm going to do because right now I'm only using Yu Shen to not die, but I kind of like him. He's really, really good, so I may have to take somebody else out for Gipperang when I get him, so we'll kind of figure that out. But but yeah, very successful. I think we were 4-1 in those 5 fights, so that's pretty good. All right, so next time I might show off a little bit of Guild War because I think we'll have a Guild War tomorrow, and then you'll probably see videos from maybe Hearthstone or something. So you guys take it easy.